In spring 1991, I fell in love with a French entertainer who was prancing around in Hollywood. He was fresh from Paris, France, as I could tell by his accent as well as by other means. He had a hairdo shaped like a palm tree in black. His eyes were almond shaped, blue green. He was reminding me of somebody I was in love with before. Although he was only talking to the girls I was with, I knew he was he was going to be my next love affair because I was falling in love with him. My heart was growing warmer every second. And so started another one-way love affair like I've had so many before. And it's not that I wasn't attracting any guys. I was attracting guys. I just wasn't attracting the ones I wanted. And this guy I knew I wasn't going to get because he was only interested in fast girls. And I am not a fast girl. So by fall of that same year, I made a life-changing decision to make a life-size doll of this guy in his image and go with it. His name was Raph, short for Raphael, or Riff Raff, depending on how you look at it. His head was made of a hollow pumpkin, candy holder, covered with paper mache, plaster of Paris, clay for nose and chin, and wrapped with plaster of Paris ribbon, and a wig for hair. His body was made of fabric and stuffing with wooden dolls for bones and coat hangers for arm bones and hand bones. When people looked at him, they thought he was a real person. His real counterpart's roommate came over the house once. He was amazed at how much this doll looked like his roommate. Raph was a conversation starter and icebreaker everywhere we went. I took him to the Renaissance Fair. The women there loved him. Everywhere we went, people were saying, he looks so real. And I've never been lonely since I started making dolls. I took him on road trips, and once I took him through Kingman, Arizona, and my car broke down, and some guy offered to help me fix it. But when he saw Raph sitting on the front seat from behind the car, he split. He disappeared. I always feel safe around my dolls. Summer 1996, I fell in love with a classmate of mine. He was a handsome Mexican dude with only one disadvantage. He was married. Although we were just friends, I kind of wanted something a little more. And so by the first of the next year, I decided to make another life-size doll, this time of him. This life-size doll was the first one I made of entirely stuffing and fabric with black yarn for hair, combed back. And I took him to salsa dancing in Santa Monica, as we lived in Venice Beach right next to it. The women there, they loved to see me dance with him. Took him to back east, my sister's wedding. We shocked the relatives there. Hershey's Park, Pennsylvania. We were riding a monorail, and the people turned around and smiled when they saw his hair waving in the wind, as well as the big smile on his face, the big grin. You could tell he was having a blast. I've made many dolls since then, some with paper mache faces, others with full fabric and stuffing heads, some for me, some for other people. And came summer 1999 when I got a temporary job in Yellowstone, Wyoming. When I went there, while I was working there, I noticed some hippies. They were lovely hippies. They were great to be with. We would work hard during the day, and at night we'd be sitting around the campfire playing songs and singing songs. There'd always be one or two guys playing guitar. And since I play guitar, of course, I played guitar with them. And when these hippies were getting ready to leave, I knew I would miss them. And so I had to make another life-size doll in order to remind me of them. This life-size doll, I made sure his face portrayed love. Tate has a Native American name. His name means cheerful gift of God. And as you can tell, he lives up to his name. Tate is the perfect companion for me. He doesn't get violent. He's never hit me once. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't clean out the fridge. He doesn't leave the toilet seat up. And he's always easy to get along with and always know where he is. Wherever we go, we bring smiles to people's faces and lots of photo snappers. Yes, we bring smiles to people, young and old and in between. We've been all over the United States, from Venice Beach, California, to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And in Tempe, at a bar on St. Patrick's Day, the patron yelled at his friend, "Hey, so-and-so, Tate's here." Yes, Tate is certainly an item around Phoenix. Now, in closing, I know it is weird for me to go with dolls, but and some people laugh and some people scorn and some people discriminate against me. All I'm saying is one shouldn't have to wait until Mr. or Ms. Right comes along in order to have company. Neither should one be in an abusive relationship, keep on getting hit all the time, just because one don't want to be alone. There is a third option. Now, just because nobody else does it around this state doesn't mean I can't do it. It only takes one person to start something new. And so I leave you with these words. If you want unconditional love, get yourself a life-size doll. Thank you.